Welcome back, everyone. In this lecture, we're going to see what type of arithmetic operations that we can perform with a pointer variable. Okay, so what are you going to cover here? Types of arithmetic operations with pointer variable. Now, before we answer or address this issue, we must understand how it will be possible to perform arithmetic operations with pointer variable. So let us just revisit what is pointer. Before you start understanding the topic that I have discussed in this particular lecture, my recommendation for you is that you should please see my introduction to the pointer video so that you can understand. So here what you're going to see, arithmetic operations with pointer means, let us first understand what pointer actually holds. We all know that what pointer holds. Pointer holds an address. Correct? Pointer holds an address. So what is an address actually? It is an integer number. Okay. So here is the list. I'm going to write it here that these types of arithmetic operations that we can perform with a pointer variable. The very and first most one is that increment operation. Okay. Second one will have decrement operation. Third one will have addition. And the fourth one will have subtraction. Okay. These are the arithmetic operations that we can perform with a pointer variable. To start with the various explanations and rules and the syntax that how such operations that we can perform with pointer variable, the most and basic important step is that this set of arithmetic operators will be applied over a pointer variable pointing to an array. Pointing to an array. Here we'll understand all this arithmetic operation with a pointer using 1D array. Okay, so let us first begin with a declaration of one integer array, 1D array. Okay, so let us declare an 1D array first. So here I have declared an 1D array with size of 5 items, and let us initialize the all 5 items. Okay, the initialization has been done. Now let us take a pointer variable. So type of the pointer and the type of array should be same. So now I have taken a pointer. And now let us initialize the pointer here. Okay, so let us initialize the pointer here. Pointer is initializing to the base address of the array. So here I am writing pointer equal to name of the array. So we must know this point that array name has the base address of the array. Okay, so what we have assigned, look at carefully. Here I am writing, okay, what I have done, the base address of the array is assigned to the PTR. Okay, base address has been assigned. This statement can also be write in another way. So we can write this statement in this way also. PTR equal to address of nums of 0. Remember this point that the address of first item and the base address of the array are same. Of the array same. Okay, so if we write this one or if we write this one, both will be mean the same thing. Okay, so let us see in the compiler up to this that when I write PTR equal to name of the array or PTR equal to address of nums of 0, what it actually PTR holds. So let's see in the compiler. Okay, this lecture will be a little bit lengthy, so keep patient and watch till the end. So here I am declaring one array with size 5, and I'm also initializing with the same values so that you can understand the theory as well as the explanation with the help of demonstration. 2, 3, 5, 9, 10. Okay, let us initialize 2, 3, 5, 9, 10. Okay, 10 is the 5 is the size and 5 items has been put in over there. We have taken one pointer. So for the time being, let us initialize it to null. So PTR is pointing nothing. And now I am assigning PTR equal to nums. So let us print the value of PTR. Let's see what actually it is holds now. I'm using here %LU to print the value of PTR. So every pointer is a type of unsigned integer. So I need to typecast it to unsigned long integer according to the GDB compiler. Okay. So you can see it will print me an integer number. See, it's print me a long integer number, which is actually the base address of the array. You can also check it by printing using the name of the array. So now if I compile this code, you will see the value print by the name of the array and the value print by the PTR, both are same. Okay, so again I need to perform the typecasting. Unsigned long integer. Now typecast it. See, it is also same. Similar thing, I'll also get if I put this line in comment and if I write PTR equal to address of nums of 0. And now instead of nums, let us print address of nums of 0. Run this. Now see, it is also same. The base address of the array and the address of first item is also same. So you can also check it. Just add one more format specifier. And now print the base address of the array using its name, and we need to typecast it as well. Run this. Now see, all three values are same. So it means what? It means the address of the first item and the base address of the array are same. Correct? So either you can write this or either you can write this. Okay. So I'll pick this one. Okay. So let's continue now. So now if I draw the picture, what is the present scenario? The present scenario is that if I draw the picture of the array, so I'm drawing the picture of the array here. How many items? 5 items. Okay, let's put their values. And the address, I am assuming the starting address of the array is 1000. So the address of the next item will be 4 byte because type of the array is integer. Next 4 byte allocated to the second item. So it will be 1004. Next 4 byte to the third item. Next 4 byte with the fourth item. And next 4 byte is the fifth item. And here is the index of the array. Name of the array is nums. Now, base address of the array has been assigned to the pointer. So PTR is pointing to the address of the first item. Okay, next. So now let us apply the operators one by one with the PTR. Let's see what is happening. So let us begin with the first operator, that is increment operator. Okay, increment operator. So now let us see. Now suppose that I am writing PTR plus plus. What is the meaning of this line? We all know what is post increment operator is normally do with the operand. It will increase the value of the operand by 1. So now what it means? It means that PTR will be update, and to update, compiler will do this operation. Compiler will do this operation. Okay, it will update the value of PTR by 1. Okay, so let us see in the compiler what actually it prints after performing this operation. Let's go back to the compiler. Now suppose I am writing PTR plus plus. So what it will do? It will update the value of PTR by 1. So here is the most important point. What it will do? So let us check after performing this operation, what is the value of PTR? Percentage LU. And now let us use a \n, convert it to the unsigned long integer. And now just print the value of PTR after this expression. Now see it carefully. The initial value of the PTR here is 5168. Okay, the initial value 5168 due to this particular line. So as of now, PTR is pointing here. But when I perform PTR plus plus, what is actually happening? Look at the value 5172. So what is the difference between these two? So difference between these two is 4. What is this 4? So try to understand now this expression, what pointer is actually doing here with this arithmetic operation. When we write PTR plus plus, it is actually updating the value of PTR by 1. It means now PTR will point the next integer block. Next integer block. So how this expression will be solved? Let me write it here. How this expression will be solved? Now, see, I'm writing it here so that you can understand. See what it will do. PTR equal to PTR plus 1 multiplied by size of int. What is int here? Type of the PTR. See, type of PTR is int. So as of now, it is pointing here. Address is 5168. So now, if I do now correctly, PTR equal to 1 multiplied by 4. 4 is the size of integer. So what it will be? 5168 plus 4, it will be 5172. So this the address of second item, 5172. Okay, so when you perform PTR with post increment, it will increment the value of PTR, means PTR is pointing the next available block of type integer here in this example. Okay, so let's go back. Now, so what it means? It means that PTR will be equal to PTR plus 1. It will be get multiplied with size of int. Here, what is int? Type of PTR. So it means it will give me the value PTR equal to 1000 is the base address. Here you can check, plus 1 into 4. So it will give me PTR equal to 1004. So now it means right now PTR has been shifted. Okay, PTR has been shifted. So PTR will now point here due to this line. Okay, next. Now suppose that I am writing PTR minus minus. Now what will happen? This is decrement operation. So solve this. How? Okay, just a minute. So let me write it again. PTR minus minus. So how it will be solved? PTR equal to PTR minus 1 multiply by size of int. Here what is int? Again same type of PTR. Type of PTR. So if we solve now, what is the value of PTR? 1004 minus 1 into 4. So now PTR will be 1000. So again, PTR back it's in original position, the pointing the base address. So when you perform PTR minus minus, it will decrement the value of PTR by 1. Actually, it is informing the compiler move in backward direction by previous integer type of block. Here, why I am saying integer? Because PTR I have declared is of type integer. See, PTR type is integer here. Okay. So now that's why it is very easy to applying or explaining or understanding pointer arithmetics with array. Why? Because we have a sequence of blocks. With one variable, it is not possible to discuss. That's why I have taken 1D array. Correct? Next. So now let us perform the second thing. So from the list, I have covered 2 points. This thing is also covered now. Now let us perform this too, plus and minus. Now see the next point. When you do plus, what are you going to do? It will perform addition with an integer. Similarly, subtraction with an integer. Okay. So now let us write this expression in the compiler and check the output, what type of address it is holding. Okay. So now, see, I am writing ptr minus minus. So what it will do? It will do ptr equal to ptr minus 1. That will be get multiplied with size of int. So this is the formula you should remember. So now we are expecting it will print again the base address. So let us print it again. Run this. Now see, at first it is in the base address. That means address of the first item. Due to the ptr++, it is pointing to the second item, address of the second item. So let us complete this one also. It will be multiplied with size of int. Okay, so where it will point? Point the second item. And here it will back to the first item again. Point to the first item, and by this line also point to the first item. Okay, so now that is very clear. If we apply plus plus, what will happen? And if we apply minus minus with the pointer variable, what will happen? Now let us complete other arithmetic operations. Now see what I am writing. Now I am writing value at ptr plus 1 equal to 90. Value at ptr plus 1 equal to 90. Okay, so now look at this thing carefully here. What is 1? It is integer type, and ptr is a integer pointer type. Correct? So can we consider this expression is similar to this expression? Yes, why not? Definitely. So now, where is ptr? This is what? This is the address of first item, correct? Address of first item. Okay. So address of first item. So now what I have written, see, I have written how this expression you can read. You can read this expression like that. I'm writing it here. Value at address. So which address? So ptr plus 1 means what actually? Ptr plus 1 means actually ptr plus 1 multiplied by 4, correct? 90. So let's get the address here. Again, value at ptr. What is ptr now? 1000. 1000 plus 4, it will become 1004. So what is 1004? It is the address of nums of 1. Yes, let's see the picture again. address of nums of 1. Yes, correct. Okay, so now see, earlier in this 2 expression, here PTR is updated, PTR is updated. After this expression also, PTR is updated. Now PTR is not updating. Here I am using the value of PTR to generate a new address. So now I am telling value at 1004 updated to 90. So what was the error I have now? Value at 1004, right now it is 30. Now due to this expression, what will happen? It will become now 295, 910. So what will be the array? Now I'm drawing it here. Due to this expression, what will happen? I have 5 items, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now here it will be 90. And what are the other values? We can take it 2, 5, 9, 10. 2, 5, 9, 10. Yes, 5, 9, 10. So this value has been updated due to this operation. So what we are doing? We are doing addition between an integer pointer and between an integer. We cannot perform this addition with other data type because PTR is having a value of integer. So here we can consider an addition between pointer and integer only. So it updates the value at this location. Okay, so let's put the addresses very quickly. Okay, next. Now let us update the PTR. Instead of generating the value, we can write something like this also. PTR equal to PTR plus 2. So now the value of PTR will be incremented by 2. Here 2 is actually C. This was my indexes, correct? So here 2 represents the index. So what it will give me now? The base address plus 2 into 4. It will give me 1008. Correct? So now PTR is pointing here. PTR has been incremented. And now see what I am writing. I am writing value at PTR equal to 100. So what will happen? Due to this line, array is also going to be updated. So I'm writing it here. 5 blocks. Okay. 2, 90. Now it has become 100, 9 and 10. So now PTR is here. Okay. So see how easy to solve this kind of expressions. Just consider this value as an index of the array, then everything will be fine. See now, if I write PTR equal to PTR plus 1, what it means? Right now, PTR is here. What is the address? Address is 1008. Okay, so now let me discuss more about these pointers. Okay, so here it is. Now suppose that if I write PTR, okay, assume that now PTR equal to base address. Okay, so here is my array. I have set it back to the base address. Now suppose if you write this, what it actually means? See here, PTR plus 0, what it means? 1000 plus 0 into 4, that is 1000. Next, PTR plus 1, what it means? 1000 I'm considering as a base address. 1 into 4, what it will give me? 1004, I'm generating the new address. PTR plus 2, what it will give me? 1000 plus 2 into 4, that is 1008. Next, PTR plus 3, what it will give me? 1003 into 4, that is this. And now if I write PTR plus 4 equal to what it will give me? This. So now look at one point carefully. What are this? See, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the indexes of the array items. And this is what? Address of 0th item, address of first index item, sorry, address of third item, address of fourth item, and this is address of fifth item. So whenever you write this PTR plus 0, it is actually translate to a new address. PTR plus 1 translate to a new address. PTR plus 2 translating a new address. Correct? But we are not updating the PTR. See, PTR remain in 1000 only. Because here I have set the PTR to 1000. PTR is not updating, it's simply generating the new address. So let's see in the compiler. Okay. So right now, after this PTR minus minus, PTR is in the base address. Correct? So now see what I am doing. I'm taking a loop over here. How many items we have? 5 items. Sorry. So let us print the addresses one by one. Printf %lu. Also, I am to print the address using the array item. Now see what I am writing. PTR plus I. Right now I is 0. And also I want to print sorry, address of the ith item. So now you can see sorry. Now you can see the integer value of I. It is using the same I here along with the index. So now if I run this code, look at carefully. Okay, typecasting is necessary. Let us do the typecasting. Unsigned long integer. And here it is also need to typecasting. Unsigned long integer. See, I'm working with the addresses only. Once we get the address, we can easily get the value. There will be no issue. Okay, there will be no issue. Just try to understand how and what are the different ways we can generate the addresses. Now see here. Address of the first item using PTR plus I. Right now I is 0. Okay. So here I is equal to 0. Now due to this plus plus, I is incremented to 1. So now here I equal to 1. So what I have written here, PTR plus 1, and I have also written nums of 1, that is I, okay, address. Next, I plus plus I become 2. So I'm writing PTR plus 2, and I've also written nums of 2. Okay. And next, I have written something is missing over here. Yep. Just a minute. Okay, just a minute. See, I am getting the address as a 601. Okay, when I write PTR plus I, it is not translating to that value that we are expecting when we write address of nums of I. It is giving me the just 1 byte next. So here pointer arithmetics is coming in different way. So what is I? I is integer. Yeah, PTR base address is fine. Then I is incremented. Okay, so now see, just a minute. Instead of this, if I just write PTR of I, and now if I apply address, and now if I run this, okay, now I get the address. Okay, let me just try with the syntax that I have written in the offline compiler. Okay, there is instead of this, if I do this, just a minute, PTR plus I, it give me the address, fine, no issue. Instead of this typecasting, if I use %p, so %p, so typecasting is not required. Now, if I run this again, yes, now we get the perfect one. So earlier, due to the typecasting issue, I'm getting these values. So now I have removed the typecasting. Now see, whatever I have told you, it is the correct way we get through the format specifier %p. So here you can check. The address is 30. 30 plus 4 is 34. 34 plus 4, 38. 38 plus 4, it is 12. So in hexadecimal, it is C. 12 plus 4 is 16. So again, it is coming from the 0. Correct. So how it is happening here? What is the value? I is equal to 0. Correct. So what I am writing here? PTR plus I. PTR is what? Base address. Okay. So please note down these points. Base address plus 0. Give me the base address. Correct. So I'm also writing here nums of 0. Address of the first item. Then I is incremented by 1. So now what I am getting? Base address plus 1. So it is same as it is address of first item. Here I am writing I equal to 2 because of I plus plus. So again, base address plus 2 and address of nums of 2. Okay. So see what it is given us. It is just generating a new address. Okay. Generating a new address. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, generating a new address. So when I write this value at PTR, it's simply updating the value. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let us add this 2 point here, this one, this one, and this one in the compiler. Okay, after which operation? After this PTR minus minus operation. Correct. So let us go back. So I hope you understand this concept. I am just removing them. We'll see them later also. So here I have written PTR plus 1. Value at PTR plus 1, 90. Okay, value at PTR plus 1 equal to 90. And in another statement, I have written value at PTR equal to 100. Okay, and before, after this line, I have written PTR equal to PTR plus 2. Here you can see PTR equal to PTR plus 2. So let's do that. PTR equal to PTR plus 2. And now again, what we have written? We have written PTR equal to 100, value at PTR equal to 100. So now value at PTR equal to 100. So now let's print the array and check what are the values we have. I equal to 0, I less than 5, and I plus plus. Let's print the array, printf %d, and the array with the index. Okay, run this now. Okay, let me just add one \n. Cancel. Now run. Now see the item is 290, 100, 910. Check it here. 290, 100, 910. Okay, here you can see the array. Okay, so whatever I have explained here, compiler also give us the same thing. So here you can see I have also done the arithmetic addition with an integer. It is also completed now. Now similar way we can do with the minus subtraction also with the pointer. So here it is. Now PTR, where is PTR? After this particular line, PTR is right now here. Correct? PTR is updated. Okay, PTR is updated. Correct. So now let us do one more thing. Now apply to this thing. PTR equal to PTR minus 2. So what actually it means? What actually it means? It means, see, the same way. What is 2? Now it is going to 2 in the backward direction. Okay, so what is the value of PTR now? 1008 minus 2 into 4. So what we will get? 1008 minus 8 will get 1000. What is 1000? 1000 is the base address of the array. So that means this line will set the PTR to the base address again. Now see where I am going in the backward direction. So when we use subtraction operation between an integer and pointer, this is integer, correct? And this is integer pointer. So when you perform subtraction operation between integer and pointer, what will happen? It will generate an address previous to the present address it is pointing. Generating an address previous to the present address. So this is the present address. Now it is generating this address. So when you do minus, it will go in this direction, and when you do plus, it will go this direction. Okay, so now let us see this. After all these operations, where PTR is pointing in the compiler. Okay, so after printing this array, let us check the value of PTR. Printf \n. I want to print the value of pointer. So %lu I am using, and PTR just I am writing. So it also need to do perform typecasting. Unsigned long integer, sorry. Okay, now see 752. What is 752? 444 is the base address. 48 is the address of second item. 752 is the address of third item. Because of this, so here we can write, now PTR is pointing the address of third item of the array. Okay, and so it's print me here. Now what I have written, check, I have written PTR equal to PTR minus 1. So it should be going back to the base address again. Okay, so base address again. So let's do this again. PTR equal to PTR minus 2. Now let's print so that we can see where it is pointing now. Save. Okay. Run this. Yeah, now see it is again the base address it is pointing. It is going in the backward direction. Got it? So what is happening? Fine. So now what it will do? Now PTR will point to nums of 0. Okay, so I am just playing within the array. Got it? So these are the arithmetic operations are possible with the pointer with an integer. Other arithmetic operations are not allowed. Let us check. So now suppose I am doing this. PTR equal to PTR multiplied by 2. Okay. PTR equal to PTR divided by 2. PTR equal to PTR modulus by 2. This is very familiar to us that modulus operator is only applicable between the integers. Here PTR is integer pointer, so definitely it is not applicable. So let us compile this. Now see the error. Invalid operands to binary. We cannot apply binary multiplication between integer pointer and integer, not allowed. Line number 25 having the error. Again invalid operands, error, again invalid operands. So that means all these three operations are not allowed. We cannot perform this. So let's put them in comment. Okay, so I think you understood now what kind of arithmetic operations we can do. These are not allowed. So now let's do another thing. Let's take another pointer pointing the array again. So let us see where is right now PTR is holding. PTR in the starting address because of this, correct? So now let us check another pointer. Let us take another pointer. Integer star PTR 2. PTR 2, now I'm assigning the base address. So now PTR 2 is also pointing to the same array, correct? So now we'll see some relational operator with the pointer, relational pointer. So what I have done, I have declared another pointer. Let us check the compiler. Yeah, I have declared another pointer now. Integer star PTR2 is pointing the base address. So now here after this line, if this is my array, okay, what are the values we have? 290, 100, 290, 100, 9 and 10. So now PTR and PTR2 both are pointing to the same memory block. Okay, so now let us see relational operation. Operations between pointers. Okay, so first point to performing relational operation between pointers. A pointer variable, you can note down. Pointer variable must point to the same array. To the same array. So here you can see PTR2 is also pointing nums, and earlier I have done PTR equal to nums of 0, address of nums of 0. So both are pointing to the same array. Satisfied this. So now let's see what kind of arithmetic, relational operations that we can do. We have 6 relational operator. Less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to. Okay, these are the relational operators we have. So now PTR and PTR2 both are pointing to the same address, correct? So now if I am writing PTR equal to PTR2, it should give me true answer, correct? So let us check what it is given me. Printf, let us use a \n. I'm now writing PTR equal to PTR2. Run this. See, it give me one means here true, correct? In C++, 1 means true, and C also, sorry, we are working in C, 1 means true, correct? So now if we do the other thing, not equal to, it will be false. Okay, here it is false. So that means, see, we can also perform a relational operation between the pointer variable if they're pointing to the same array. Now let us take another array and let's try with this also. I'm declaring another array now, ARR with 5, and let's put some values. Okay, and now see, I'm changing the ptr2. Now I'm making ptr2 equal to, let us say, after this, ptr2 equal to second array. Now ptr2, earlier is here ptr2 pointing the first array, but now ptr2 has been changed pointing to the second array. So now can I perform these operations anymore? So let me just copy them and paste. Let us run. Yeah. See, yes. Although there is no meaning, but we can also do that. ptr2 is pointing to the second array, and ptr1 is pointing to the first array that we have declared. So now if we compare, definitely their addresses will be different. You can also check their values so that you can understand. See, I'm printing their values with %p so that typecasting is not necessary. ptr and ptr2, run. See, their addresses are different, holding the different addresses. One is pointing to the first array, another is pointing to the second array. So that's why the relational operation between them, we get value 0 equal to relational operation, and not equal to, definitely it will be true because their values are not same. Okay, so we can also perform relational operation between the pointers. So in this example here, ptr2 and ptr both are pointing to the same array. So now if I just write ptr less than ptr2, so what it will give me? Both are pointing to the same address, so it will be false. ptr less than or equal to ptr2, it will be true. Okay. ptr greater than ptr2, it will be again false because both are pointing the same address. ptr greater than equal to ptr2, it will be true again because of equal to, and definitely it will be true, equal to. And ptr not equal to ptr2, it will be false. So this kind of relational operation that we can do with the between the pointer variable as well. Okay, next thing, let us say the next thing, few more things with the pointer arithmetic operations. So can we perform, can we traverse the array, correct? Can we traverse the array with a pointer? Definitely, because we have the base address, so we can easily traverse. So I'll make a separate video how to access 1D array with a pointer. I hope right now it is okay for us because we have satisfied. I think I have covered every point. How can we apply arithmetic operators with the pointers, with the integers and pointers. So now let us perform a few other operations. Now let us see the second one. Now we'll perform arithmetic operation between pointers. So as you can see, I have applied a relational operation between the pointers. So now let us perform arithmetic operation between pointers. Earlier we have performed between pointer and integer. Okay, so now let us see what this kind of expression will give me. ptr plus ptr2, okay, and ptr minus ptr2. Okay, let us analyze here. So now here you can see ptr2 and ptr both are pointing to the starting address, correct? So it represents now address of num0 minus address of num0. So definitely what we'll get? We'll get here 0. And now what we are doing here, address of num0 plus, now see, address of num0. So it will violating the rules. You are going outside of the array. Illegal operations you are doing. So let us check it in the compiler, the first one. Second one is legal. Okay, let us check both of them. Now this array is not required anymore, so just delete it. Okay, so both of them point into the same array, correct? So now let us do one thing. Let us see what is going to be print. Printf. Okay, let us declare another pointer. ptr3 equal to ptr plus ptr plus ptr2. Compile it. See the error. Invalid operands of binary plus. We cannot perform binary addition between two pointer variable. We can perform binary addition between pointer and integer, as we have performed earlier. Here ptr equal to ptr plus 2, between pointer and integer it is allowed. Here also between pointer and integer it is allowed, but it is illegal, not allowed. Okay, so not allowed, not legal one. Okay, so that means it is not allowed. Okay, so now let us see the second one. Okay, so I'm doing, if I write integer ptr3 equal to ptr minus ptr2, I'm subtracting same value from same value. So it gives me 0, correct? 0. So what is 0? 0 is an integer, correct? No. So see what I am doing. So it 0. So it's give me an, this expression return me an integer, correct? Integer. So let's try this here. First of all, with this, no problem. There might be some warning. You can check the warning. Yes, see the warning. Warning, initialization of integer pointer from long integer makes pointer from integer without a cast. Okay, so it's give me a long integer, but we are putting it to the integer. So it's give me a warning, initialization of integer pointer, ptr3 is an integer pointer from long integer. So we are subtracting an address from address. So definitely it will be an unsigned long integer. So we need to typecast it. So better, why should typecast it? Let me take it an integer as well. Sorry, integer val equal to ptr minus ptr2, and let's print the val, or instead of that, let us print it directly inside the printf. Let us see what it will print us. %d, okay, ptr minus ptr2, use a \n. Now run. Okay, so it's give me 0, definitely, as we have calculated here. Okay, so now see, instead of doing that, let us change the ptr2. ptr2 equal to now address of nums of 4. Now it is pointing to the last item. Pointing last item. Okay, so definitely the address of last item will be the higher than the address of first item, correct? So let us see what it will print. Again, it will print me a long integer value. So better to use integer. And now if I just write ptr minus ptr2 again, see what it will print. It print me -4, correct? -4. Because as I told you that ptr2 value is higher than ptr. No? You can check it here. Printf value of ptr2 and ptr %p. So now ptr2 and PTR. You can check it here also. Definitely that addresses, sorry, are not same anymore because of this line. Now see, their addresses are different. One is 490, another is 480. Okay, quite a difference are there in between these two, PTR2 and PTR1. So that's why instead of this minus, what you can do, you can either apply absolute function or better to use PTR2 first and then PTR. Now run, it will get you 4. So how will get it 4 over here? Let us check. There is some warning. Okay, long integer. So better to apply here percentage LD. Okay, so still the warning exists. It is not updated. It is updated, but okay, this one. Okay, here LD. Now there is no more warning. Okay, so now see, this expression give me 4. How it is? This expression give me 4. Let us discuss it. Okay, so now what I have written that PTR2 equal to address of last item, correct? Address of last item. How it can be done? So now I have written that integer, I'm using percentage D directly inside the printf. So let us save it. Integer k equal to PTR2. What happened? Not responding. Okay, it is erased now. So I'm writing here PTR2 minus PTR1. Correct. What it will minus PTR, there is no one, minus PTR. What it will give me? See, its address is what? If I take the address is from here, yes, address are 1016, correct? 1016. The value of PTR2 1016 minus PTR is this. So what it is? 16. This is 16 in bytes. Okay, difference between these two is 16 bytes. So 16 byte is actually how many integers it can hold. So actually what this compiler will do, when you write this, compiler will translate this into in different way. Okay, so here I am writing what it will do. PTR2 minus PTR1, PTR, when you write this, what compiler will do? Compiler further divide it by size of int. So what is int? Is type of PTR. Type of PTR and PTR2, both is same. And PTR2, both is same, na? Both are type is integer. So see, when you perform this operation, PTR plus 1, it is multiplying, na? PTR plus 1 multiplied by size of int. We have solved many problems with that. Okay, so we have solved many problems. Here it is. Okay, PTR plus size of int. So now here also, when you perform this one, actually it is going to be divided by the size of int. So it will tell you the answer is in now 16 in bytes divided by 4 bytes. So it will give you 4. What is 4? Number of blocks between this PTR2 and PTR. Number of blocks between PTR and PTR2. Okay, 4 blocks are there. 5 items. So we are holding the last address and the first address. So this is the way subtraction between two pointers can be done. Okay, this was the last point related to the pointer arithmetic. We'll see later in another video how can we traverse with array and pointer. We'll also going to see 2D array with pointer later. Okay, so I hope you will understand this concept here. Pointer arithmetic, I have explained with the help of compiler also. Everything has been discussed. And what is happening when you perform this operation between two pointer data type, when you perform. So you'll get generates number of bytes and then further divided to the type of pointer. So it will give me number of blocks in between these two pointer that have. And we cannot perform this operation that we cannot add one pointer with another pointer, not allowed. So we cannot apply this operator in between integer pointer and integer pointer, not allowed. Okay, not allowed. We can perform this in between integer pointer and integer, it is allowed. We can also perform plus in between integer and integer. Here I am taking array as an integer. You can also try it with the float array, float type of pointer. It will also getting the similar kind of treatment. Okay, so I hope you understand how pointer arithmetics are performed. I have also discussed the relational operators, a little bit lengthy video, but to cover every point, it need some time. C cannot be learned with 3 hours and 2 hours. Videos are get popular in YouTube. Learn C in 3 hours. You not even learn 1%. Okay, so thank you very much. Do not forget to subscribe my channel. This is important. Okay, subscription is required now, so that you can get the notification. Click the bell icon. So give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friend. Be ready. I'll come up with a new video very shortly. Okay, so thank you very much. Have a nice day.